video every day. This is day 2 of video every day. So I was on a morning run, jog. It's usually what I default to after I've sort of fallen into some bad habits, and this most recent case was cigarettes and drinking again. So yeah, the run by the lake in the morning is always that thing I default to come home, come back to myself, I guess. And on this run, it struck me that my grandma is the lake. And that's just saying that. Okay, so my grandma was very depressed for a long time before she passed, and then one day we found her body in the lake. This lake in front of me, which I wake up to every morning for the past, which I've woken up to every morning for the past, I don't know, like 13 years of my life. Yeah, so my grandma is the lake, and that's just a very nice thought, and that explains a lot of things. I've always tried to move out or like leave this town with this but I just, like, when push comes to shove, I just can't, this is where I am, just by the lake every day, and I'm perfectly happy with this circumstance. It's like she became I don't know, like the personal energy of my grandma sort of dissolved, and she became like a body of water. And it's not a personal grandma anymore. It's like it's just this it's just so big. I don't know how to say it. It's just, it's love. It's a big love, but also a big fear, like when the trauma comes up, it's always the lake. Like, exit through the lake. Whenever I think of like going, it's always like through the lake. Like exit, the exit door. That's a painting I did in 2016. And that's the story of my whole life, really. It's never changed. And I've always wanted to make a new painting, and I just can't. I could never finish paintings after I made this painting. It's like, that's it. That's the answer. And it is, whatever circumstance I find myself in, I just look at that picture and it all makes sense. It's my whole story, the story of this person here. And it holds the tension between, I don't know, I don't want to get into that. That's way too, it's okay. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for today. Like, my grandma's a lake. It's just great to realize that, because I've just found a lot of closure as to why it feels like I can't go anywhere. Like, and it's not in sort of I don't say that as like limitation, like imposing a limitation onto myself. I can't go anywhere, but like simultaneously I just feel like I'm everywhere, you know, all the time. Like my spirit feels boundless. Um uh yeah, and also like I was asking myself why I'm choosing this format to do sort of a daily entry, or like a daily creation. I don't like the word projection because there's so much like um so much attached to it, right? But a daily, but maybe we can redefine it here, like projection in terms of I'm projecting forward and I'm not withdrawing, you know. So projection in that sense, which is good. Why I am choosing this format, that is to say, just setting up a camera and then just speaking very plainly in a sort of stream of consciousness way, and showing my face and projecting my voice. That's also a more appropriate way to look at projection here. Like I'm projecting my image, and this is important, and it's because oftentimes, like, I don't think I'm a person for the most part, and it's a good way to re-embody myself. I feel like this sort of depersonalized, dissociated mostly, and I most of the time I forget I'm embodied, and I don't really have a good idea about I can't really say what I am. Like I don't have a mental image of what I am as an embodied human being. It's more of like this very oceanic, I don't know, it's just waves, you know, how I experience myself or consciousness is just like waves. It's like, but I want to acknowledge here that I have a body, I have a voice, I am particular and not sort of this obliterated thing that just has nothing, no cohesion, no centripetal force that's like binding all these facets of myself, you know. And I'm just trying to reconstitute myself as a human being after, you know, just immanence. This is a practice in immanence, because you need the, that's all. I'm not going to get too deep into shit, cause sorry, no swearing. I'm not going to get too deep into stuff because it just goes on forever, you know. With language, that is the case, it never ends. So yeah, silence, and see you tomorrow.